Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Astro's Playroom Spoilercast and Review. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and we are joined by the usual Spoilercast group. We have Bob.
Hey, guys.
From GigaBoots. We've got KZ from KZExcellent.com.
Beep, beep.
And we've got Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
That's my best thing at the steps on metal.
Dum, 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 dum. It is a joyous game we've got here to talk about today. Astro's Playroom being the free pack-in with the PlayStation 5. It is such a weird thing because I haven't actually seen... Now, I haven't hunted for it, so I'm curious if you guys have. I haven't seen that many reviews of this game. I guess since it's free, it's not worth talking about? Is that... I'm curious because it hasn't cropped up on my Twitter feed.
I saw some.
Okay.
I saw it got reviewed because I did see like some places going like, I don't even know if it'll get reviewed at all. But
yeah, I know it was quite the darling when they weren't allowed to talk about anything else.
Yeah, like I saw a few people just going, oh, what's the point of reviewing it if it's a pack-in?
Nobody reviewed Wii Sports, right?
Yeah, I know. They're like, that seems like more of a waste of time for the outlet.
I don't think we need to review Mario 64. It was free with the console.
No, what's the point of talking about freely viewable art in a public space? I mean, you could go and just look at it, okay?
Yeah, but looking at like Metacritic, there's like 56 reviews.
Oh wow,
83. That's
kind of crazy. What's the number? 83?
Yes, 83.
Oh, okay. Well, that's doing all right, I guess. For anyone who hasn't joined us for one of these before, what we're going to do is talk about the video game, our experiences with it, and then at the end, give it a score, each of us giving up to a possible 10 points, Famitsu style, where we check how much Sony paid us, and then we're going to just review it based on that.
if only they paid us a little bit more on the license, too.
If only, my friend. So, Playroom, quite the delightful follow-up to the VR game that I got for free with my VR thing, played 20 minutes of and went, this is amazing, I should come back to this, and never did. This game has done such a good job of incentivizing me going back to that, and I'm really looking forward to it. But before we get into deeper discussions personal to each of us, digging into anecdotes and sharing stories, each of us is real quick going to do a little synopsis of our experience with the game, how we felt about it, and then make a sound that roughly estimates how we felt about it at the end of said synopsis like we usually do. And we're going to go ahead and start with Mr. Feel.
Don't start with me.
It's okay. You can pause and we'll just edit it out.
The DualSense is like magic. Every single time I did something with it, it was strange, like holding a device from the future. Astro's Playroom is also very enjoyable and has a lot of neat references, hopefully to things Sony brings back within the next 7 years.
That would be great.
And I'll make a
That sounds like Jay Sherman from The Critic seeing some extra leftover hot wings that no one else noticed. Okay, well, I guess I'll follow up next. Astro's Playroom serves perfectly fine as just a historical thing, a fun museum of PlayStation artifacts. But it goes beyond that to serve as a really, really great 3D platformer. And we would be lucky to get this at launch, I feel, as a paid game. The fact it is a free included game with the system just makes someone like myself who loves 3D platformers all the happier. I'm going to go ahead and make a like, sort of sound, you know? Hey, usually the sounds we have to make on these are a bit more inquisitive, muted, and maybe negative, so... I'm not used to making positive
That
sounds.
sounds like a personal problem.
You're the one who brought up The Last of Us 2. We're going to go next to Bob.
Sure. Astro Playroom's like a real joy. It's got a lot of just fun in it. And yeah, they better bring back almost all these things. I'm going to give it a woo.
Okay, that's fair. We go now to KZ. KZ?
It's not often that you pop in a game in a new console and you suddenly become you have the feeling of a 10-year-old who just got the greatest Christmas present ever, the console you wanted, and you feel this pure joy the entire time. I'm gonna give it a wooga.
One single wooga.
It's in a wooga.
Well, I guess with that out of the way, we can start digging into personal stories. I'm really glad this game, compared to other Sony launch titles that we may or may not do spoiler casts of in the future, did not. I think it crashed once on me. Maybe I did not have any problems running this game. Did anyone else?
No, not for me.
No.
Okay. That is
Yeah.
very different from other games we may talk about soon. But overall, really delightful experience. I really like how the activity cards make it really quick and easy to get into different areas, different activities, the different speedrun challenges. It's fantastic how many different ways this integrates well to the features of the PS5. You know, activity cards, the DualSense, the SSD's insane loading speed.
SSD.
Like, not only is it a really fun 3D platformer with a bunch of cute looking and cool looking things to look at, but it also is a really good showcase of the system from a sheer features angle in a way that comes off as organic. You know, a lot of launch titles that try to show off stuff like this, they're not elegant in their execution of, okay, we got to show off. You know what? I could just say Uncharted Golden Abyss. I think everyone's okay with me just saying.
Yeah, I think that everyone's fine with that being
yes.
dunked on.
I think everyone knows.
Yeah, who the... first of all, I forgot that existed for a second. I was like, which fucking one is...
From the
Golden
creators
Abyss?
of Days Gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the Vita one. For a second, I was like, is that the runner for mobile?
No, you're. Are you thinking of the card game?
No, there was like a skinned version of Temple Run that was Uncharted skinned.
Yes, there
some
was.
point.
I never played it, despite having played the Knack puzzle game on mobile. I never
The what?
played. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I never told this story. They made a Connect 4 style puzzle game for Knack for iPhones and Android. That game's more enjoyable than Knack, and it's free.
Ugh.
It had the dumbest integration.
Maybe if you play Knack at 60.
I'm very interested in seeing that at 60, but I'm positive it will still not be a great experience. Having played a little bit of it at 60. Anyway, but yeah, it's easy to imagine a world where the guns you use, the segments you do, the cool, like, momentary gimmicky stuff is just terrible. You know, Golden Abyss really showcases that you can take a game that elsewise should be okay or great and just make it miserable if you force all these gimmicks in. But Astro's Playroom, in a way that comes almost looks effortless from
Yes.
how easily the game does it, finds a true joy in just engaging with the game, just touching the controller and experiencing it, you know?
It's like not afraid to actually be a decent feeling platformer and then just strap all these things on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Casually challenging also, where it's just, this thing touched you, you're dead.
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing we have that SSD, so that way it loads so fast. I think people will be a lot less frustrated with dying in a video game multiple times over. I heard Demon Souls is a very easy game, but people just hated loading. I've heard these things. I haven't actually played that game.
Oh yeah, that
bought it
is a lot more enjoyable when you can get the run back immediately.
But yeah, just there's such a how do you describe it? A physical joy to checking out, like, the ball shooter gun, where you feel each and every ball kick back on the trigger and vibrate the controller as it shoots out, and all these other things. The fact that, like, and you hear journalists describe it, you hear other people describe it, that you can feel the difference in the ground that Astro's walking on in the controller, and that's just hard to imagine.
That's it's so surreal.
Yeah.
Nothing makes you believe it even more is when you hit that level where it's raining and you feel they perfectly simulate just rain everywhere that's just going in different parts of the controller, and it simulates all that perfectly. It's possibly the most believable thing they made in that.
Yeah, it feels really great. Before the DualSense came out, I tried to explain to people, like, no, you don't understand. It's not like normal Rumble. You can do really cool things. Like, for example, on iPhones, they've replaced the home button with literally just a part of the screen. So it wasn't a button. It didn't click in. But a lot of people never noticed, because when you push on that part of the screen, it makes a tactile clicking feel with the haptic. And I'm like, I don't know how, but PS5 games will be able to do that for a way in these 3D games that also makes something in that feel visceral and enjoyable and tangible in a way that it didn't before. I never would have expected, each coin clicks as you grab it, and it just feels great. Like, you feel it the instant you grabbed it. There's just all these levels of, like, they did a really great job with this game when it came to stuff like that. And on top of the, like, talking about the thing you were talking about earlier, KZ, the rain level, Memory Meadows, I believe, was the one that was pouring rain, correct?
Yes.
That level has amazing audio for the rain. Like, if you go go under the overhang, which is where you get the heavy rain reference.
And the trophy called Jason.
Yes, and the trophy called Jason.
Jason!
You actually get this really cool audio effect, because while everything's already processed in a 3D way, the moment you go underneath that, it sounds like rain hitting the thing above you. You know, it sounds like that would in real life. And it's kind of stunning. It's really stunning to see this game with so much polish and budget that's a 3D platformer in 2020. You really don't get anything quite like this, I don't think, basically anywhere. Like, obviously, you didn't even get it from Sony last gen. Like, you got Astro, the VR game, which was amazing in its own way, of course, but nothing quite like this. I think this is a good step above that.
What do you mean? We got Knack.
Bob?
True.
I bought Knack at launch because I am a huge fan of 3D platformers, and man, I sure did die on that hill.
What about Knack 2?
That I did not try because I played Knack 1. But yeah, I think at the end of everything I've tried so far, this is probably my favorite launch title. It's such a strong showcase, not only for the system, but it's such a strong showing as a way to give you new experiences. And there's so much joy all over it. Like, I can only imagine, like, people who are diehard Sony fans, right? Like people who probably have an avatar of Jack. Or I'm trying to think of who else is kind of a more classic avatar they offer on PlayStation Network, but Jack's all I can think of right now.
I'm sure there's Crash Bandicoot.
Is there?
There's
They
gotta
don't
be.
own that.
That's true.
You know, Activision owns that, and that's kind of Sony's problem early on. A lot of companies walked away with things that they associated with them, and that could have been one of the problems with this game paying homage to classic PlayStation, but they got past that. They got past all of that by having, like, you know, a Pyramid Head reference and these fun little vignettes where the Astrobots are dressed up as different important Sony characters over the years, like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, Dante from Devil May Cry, Pyramid Head,
A Resident Evil door.
a Resident Evil door.
And my favorite Sony classic, the Order 1886 man.
Yeah, where I had to struggle for a few seconds, and I went, "This is an electric gun. I'm gonna say the Order because I don't know what the Order is, so it might be this."
I'm going to be honest with that one. I didn't get it.
Oh my god!
I went. This has no identity. It must be the Order 1886.
Am I the only one who saw that meeting and that, like, there's no way they did this? Oh my god!
The absolute madmen. They did this thing. I can't wait till everyone notices. No one noticed. But yeah, they did a great job, you know, and it's not hard to imagine them failing at this. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale exists,
Right.
you know?
Yes,
It's got the absolute worst version of everything.
they realized the problem.
Yeah, and like, as someone who didn't grow up, like, I'm too young to have grown up with Namco arcade machines. When I was young and picked up Namco Museum, I thought it was deeply fascinating because they have all those artifacts and things. You know, you get to check out the banners above individual arcade machines. You get to check out the art and stuff they included with it. And this felt like a PlayStation version of that concept from the heyday of Namco Museum on the PS1, just executed perfectly.
Yeah, the concept of grabbing all those artifacts and actually being able to look at them and turn them around and everything.
And many of them are interactive. You know, you can open the disk drive. You can squeeze the PSP and
Open up the PSP Go.
eject a UMD. No, you can. Yeah, you can.
I'm so sad you can't open the PSP. That's the biggest failing in this game.
Yeah,
But at
it's
least you can-
upsetting.
It's true. I got to it. I was like,
Biggest
come on.
failing in this game. I agree, actually.
I did try to open it. I was like, come on, do the thing. I want the gashunk.
I don't think you did it hard enough.
That's true. Maybe if I broke my DualSense. But yeah, I think it's you don't have to be a PlayStation fan, in my opinion, to get something out of that level of dedication to preserving the history of it. Though I have to say, it was really funny being so familiar with PlayStation products over the years. How many times I've heard so many different people go, "Oh, that's the iToy," and they're talking about the PlayStation Eye for the PS3. And then they hit the PSP GPS. They go, "What?"
They gave me like the PSP microphone, and I went, "Shut the fuck up."
I was the guy who knew about that game that it was used for. I can't remember the name of it.
Talkman?
Yes, Talkman. Thank you. I just remembered it was a joke on Walkman, or a play on Walkman. I was the guy who heard about Talkman. I was like, "Oh, that sounds really fascinating. It can take your voice and, you know, translate that so that way you can communicate or understand other people. That's a really cool concept. I can't wait till it comes." It never comes over.
Yeah. Had a cool avatar.
Oh yeah, really cool. It's a fucking weird bird.
Yes, he'll peck you.
PSP days, you got weird anime cat and really weird bird, and those were strong mascots for the PSP.
Post that in general for everybody.
The first artifact I got was a PSP Go. Out of all the first artifacts I could have gotten, it's PSP Go out of that fucking machine.
The gotcha machine's really good.
Yes, there is something really cool about you slowly pull L2.
That's where
crank
the
it down.
bird's from.
Yeah, that's where the bird's from.
I use him for my other region PlayStation account.
Oh God, that's vile. I never want to see that bird again.
I will. I'm gonna text you something in a minute.
God, that's insane. But yeah, Talkman's pretty interesting experiment from Sony, and it's really great to see homages to stuff like that. Bob is now just posting Talkman bird.
I love this bird so much. Dude. I was like, I don't know what he's from, but he's in the avatar option.
I can't believe he made it in there.
I've been using him on an account for like 4 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I knew he was in there like, I don't know, 13 years ago. I didn't think he would still be there. Like, that's nuts.
Please stop showing me this bird.
Also, I think a lot of the jokes they write for the artifacts are pretty good. You know, they have that one line of text at the top where they write a little joke about, like, for example, the gun peripheral for the PS3 where it says met with resistance because it packed in with the third Resistance game. And it failed.
God,
It's a really good joke. And there's quite a few of those where it's like a really intelligent joke and a nod to what it was about. It kind of feels like every time a Devil May Cry game, retrospective trailer, whatever, has to reference 2 and then just says, no one was happy in like the most tactful way possible.
Yeah. But there you go. I sent it through your phone, a wonderful picture.
It's a good picture of that bird, that's for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, like, I appreciate this game has a ton of variety. It feels polished. Like, there's no part of this game I think I would have said that felt unpolished. I think my least favorite thing is hang gliding, though. Just because motion control hang gliding is just not good. But aside from that, I can't really think of anything they did that felt unpolished. And beyond that, even, it was kind of shocking to have those bosses that were really well executed, I think. Like, I think having the boss that shoots the cannonballs at you in a specific pattern and you need to dodge it, like, you could have easily done this game without bosses, and I think just you got a PlayStation at the end of it would have been a conclusive enough feeling for most people to not be like, why wasn't there a boss? But then they did those, like, small bosses per area, and then on top of that, the final secret boss of the game.
I remember 2 bosses in the main game, but did every area have a boss?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if you can fight them more than once. I know Memory Meadows had the cannonball boss.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what the others were.
You have the rocket one where you have to light the fuses.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That's an SSD Speedway, and then the jungle has the dragon. I'm trying to think if Cooler Springs has a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be the only 2 bosses.
No, there's
we just talked about
game.
we just talked about
3.
But 2 in the main 4 worlds is what you were saying, right, Casey?
Yes.
There's still 3.
Let me
because
there's a different dragon in one of the
there's a dragon you fight with the bow and arrow.
Mhm.
There's the how you fight with the rocket ship. And
then there's a guy you fight as a ball in.
Oh, you fight a guy as a ball?
There was something in Memory Meadows that seemed like a boss.
I'm trying to remember it. I'm trying to
give me shit that I missed one. You can't even describe it.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember that exact one. But yeah, they had some really good boss designs, honestly. Like, I didn't expect that at all. Like, maybe it's me, but this is a free packet game. I did not expect boss designs to be in here, like maybe one for the whole game.
Right, and then it does conclude on that really well done one with the T-Rex.
Yes.
Okay, I this has been in my brain the whole time. Did anybody else, when they were climbing the steps to what was obviously the final boss, go, is it going to be fucking Polygon Man?
Yes. I was also thinking it would be Polygon Man.
I knew better because they had a PS1 you booted at the beginning, and I believe the level was called like 1994 Demo or something, 1994 something. And I was like, it's going to be the PS1 Dragon, isn't it? Or PS1 T-Rex, isn't it? Because that was, you need to understand, when the PS1 came out, the number one thing they did to sell people on the 3D performance is they showed off to a bunch of journalists like this cool tech demo of a T-Rex and real-time 3D graphics, and everyone was really impressed. So when that thing booted, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight that fucking T-Rex, aren't I? And that's why it has that really neat texture
Playing
warp.
it off fucking, what was it, Ken's fucking memory card?
Yes, that was pretty good. The memory card having the label of being Ken's. I was like, that's pretty delightful. Also, Polygon Man's cursed. We're never touching that again.
God.
I was thinking that was what they were going to lead to, like, before that, when it's like, you beat a level, we've marked a PlayStation symbol, and you hear, like, something growling.
Yeah.
Every level. I was like, oh, God.
I was thinking
what deep cut are they going to do?
we'd fight each tech demo.
Yeah.
But then when the super powered T-Rex popped up instead of just some other tech demo, I was like, okay, I guess that's not happening.
What would the PS4 one be? The old wizard man?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
No joke. I was working through that though, and I was like, the PS3 one is you fighting Alfred Molina while 1,000 leaves fly around you? I don't fucking know.
Yes, you fight Spider-Man in Gran Turismo car.
Yeah, you fight Spider-Man driving and a Gran Turismo car teaming up, and then you go fight Alfred Molina at a gas station that's exploding as 1,000 leaves fly around you.
Can we get DLC, please?
See, that's the thing. I would pay anything for DLC that adds this stupid bullshit I'm saying.
That adds Alfred Molina into Astro.
Please, that would be the funniest shit in the world. Because everyone would think, oh, it's funny because the PS3 had a Spider-Man font. That's why they added him. Like, they wouldn't even know about the tech demo. And so it works for everyone.
Yes.
But yeah, I think the only vague amount of disappointment I had with this game is that I couldn't have paid money for it and get a longer version of it because it was such a joy. I was a little sad when it was over. I was like, oh, we're only doing the PS1 tech demo. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I think that's my main thing with it too. Of like it just left me wanting more. I looked up my playtime after beating it. It was like 4 hours, and that was after getting every trophy. I was like, I want to keep going. Luckily, the speed runs helped with that a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about the speed runs. They have those 8 different courses for a vehicle, for on foot, and it does a really cool thing.
Contributed to 9.5 hours of my total playtime.
Yes.
I like that it's the only game so far that is taking advantage of the I don't even know what you call it, the rivals?
The leaderboard system?
Enemy code system?
Yeah, it's got like an OS level integration with a leaderboard system, so that way you can know when someone beat your score and hit the PlayStation button and immediately jump into playing that thing.
Yeah, I got cards here that tell me, hey, you're 82nd in the world and you're losing traction. You want to go play?
Like, no. Please, let me live.
It's a great feature. But I was like, okay, I've hit my limit. I'm like, okay, I get notified every time. I'm just going to go to bed and ignore it. You turn on the PS5. Here's what you missed. And then the notifications pop up then. So don't worry. You can't escape them.
See, I thought these were cool when it was like, hey, we're battling with each other. My friend did better than me. I can try to beat my friend's score. That feels like there's hope. The part where this system started to sort of feel bad is when I'm playing Spider-Man and Miles Morales and it goes, you're no longer in the top 100. You're so bad at that.
Oh, yeah,
game.
I woke up to 3 of those.
Yeah, it's a neat concept, but I think there's a real bad feeling about, like, my total time is no longer in the top 100 in the world. Which, when I said it, it was like 52nd or something. I can't remember.
Just means you got to go back to the grind.
Nah, I'm good. I did as well as I think I'm willing to try to do. I do think it's a shame we didn't get, like, we were talking about off content, what they could possibly do in the future to give us more content, give us more stuff to do in this game that isn't just speed runs. And I believe it was Phil who was like, they should just give the portables like an island you go to or something like that. And I think that would be genuinely delightful. Like, there are so many different ways they could expand this game, whether through a sequel or DLC, that I would really appreciate. And I think this may be the only time anyone outside of anyone outside of Nintendo remotely recently has made a high budget 3D platformer. I'm trying to think. I guess
Crash
in
4
first,
is the closest.
Yeah, I was going to say in first party, that's definitely the case, but I guess Activision is out here with the, Spyro remaster, the Crash remaster, and Crash 4 now. So it's Activision.
What about Super Lucky's Tale?
I've heard mixed things on that. but I haven't played it, so I can't.
Also, it's not real.
Oh no! Okay, you know what?
You can say a lot of things about Lucky's Tale. You can't say it's high budget.
I've never been able to tell this story because it's never been relevant.
Oh no!
Super Lucky's Tale, for people who don't know, that's the sequel to Lucky's Tale, a VR-focused 3D platformer exclusively available on Oculus. They never confirmed that it wasn't, but I would like to believe I'm wrong on this. I thought they named it Lucky because the founder of Oculus, Palmer Luckey. I was like, did they seriously name their furry mascot after the guy who... Is this their bid? They're like, greenlight our game. We named our furry mascot after you.
I will think about it.
She's like, okay.
So sad to inform that Lucky, Swifttail, the curious and brave fox is on the flight logs.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier, Casey, when you brought up the heavy rain, like not the game, the actual thing. Every raindrop forms a PlayStation shape on the ground, and that is such a nice high-level touch that I do not expect from anything.
All the details with the technical and like the visual stuff, like the grass is ribbons. Like,
yes.
On circuit boards.
Yeah, they're like data ribbons. It's really cool. Also, Memory Meadows has Memory Stick Pro Duos and Memory Stick Pros embedded into the ground in areas.
Some platforms are just triggers.
Yeah, they do that. They do controller
really cool.
cords is ropes often.
Yeah, it's like tight lines you walk across, tight ropes you walk across. It's really cool. I think there's so many small touches in this game, and it's unreal. The funniest thing in the game, though, in my opinion, is that if you look at the 4 worlds, you know, they have like a magenta / pink, a red, a blue, a green. They're PlayStation shapes. They're the colors for those. The controller doesn't have those anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it.
They didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know that someone would cock it up.
I'm waiting on that original color scheme controller for my PS5.
That's fair. That's fair. The face button should have colors. There's no reason they shouldn't. It helps readability when you pop up with that stuff in game.
I can only survive for so long before I go. That person's selling a custom one. I guess I'll pay them.
So, did anyone else really like a certain one of the vehicles? Because I was going to say, like, the monkey vehicle for me was just incredible. Like, the way that it felt.
The monkey one kills me after watching you from the back do the speed run.
I don't want to think about the speed run.
Oh, yeah, Phil wasn't around. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen because he was doing really fast.
Yeah, no, you have to pivot
he looked like a crackhead with maracas.
It was some character playing a video game on a sitcom where like, whoa!
Yes. We did mention that.
When I have to beat that in 30 seconds for a speed run, that doesn't look graceful. But just playing the game normally, it's really intuitive and interesting. And even uses like the pressure sensitive triggers to be like, okay, you have to stop halfway on this or else you'll shatter it. And it feels real neat.
So playing through the game normally, I think the monkey was my least favorite vehicle.
Yeah.
Possibly. Just because just playing through the game normally, the rocket is pretty cool. When you start doing speed runs and figure out the physics just totally blow on that thing, like it doesn't feel good in the way you want a jetpack, like lunar lander style thing to feel. I'm going to go ahead and say the monkey started coming ahead because trying to speedrun in the rolling ball sucks. Trying to speedrun with the jetpack, I'm not a fan of. So yeah, I guess the monkey's up there with the hopper. Those are probably my 2 favorite vehicles for speedrunning anyway. Sadly.
Yeah, I ended up not really liking the roll ball or the rocket very much in the even regular gameplay.
I like them in the regular gameplay because it's probably the first time ever anybody's like use the touchpad as a sort of rollerball interface like you would with a Marble Madness arcade or something that old, you know?
Right.
So I always wanted to see that, and it was neat playing it. But by the end of playing through the normal game, I was like, I can see why this still doesn't quite get that feeling across. It doesn't quite feel good enough to replace that sort of interface, and that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was really neat using it in the normal gameplay. Like, I enjoyed the roller ball. I enjoyed the physics of it and everything. Still, the vehicles are my least favorite thing to speedrun. Well, aside from Space Run, which is a nightmare where you need to hook your foot into the undercarriage of a fucking platform.
You could just be slower.
But that doesn't make sense. It's fucking speedrun.
Watch, they patch it out and then reset all the scores.
I'm actually thinking they might do that. And, at this point, as I said, I'm done speedrunning the game. I'm good. So if they do that, then whatever. I don't.
No, if they do that again, I can get the thrill once again.
Yeah, that's true. I might go back and try it again, but I wouldn't be upset.
And after that, you were getting so pissed at Space Run.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It was really good until we looked up that video.
Yeah, it was fine until you realize what the speed run is, and then it's a nightmare.
And then I got it like first try, and the fact that you knew I got it first try made you more mad that you couldn't get it.
Yeah, that took a chunk of time for me to finally nail it. And that's because in this game for speedruns, I generally use the midair spin to help me fudge a platform, because that's integral to your mountain run stuff. You don't actually want to do that when trying to hook your foot into that weird area in Space Run. The number one artifact in this game that I thought there's no way they seriously put that in here wasn't any of the PSP accessories. You know what it was, Bob?
What was it?
It was that weird pistol for the PlayStation Move.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've actually held that, whereas I have not actually held any of those PSP accessories.
Well, see, here's the thing. They had the two other, like, full-size guns.
Yeah.
And I got those first. And I was like, okay, wow, they got both of these models. They got the Resistance 3 one, and then they got I believe it's called Farpoint. Is that the name of the VR game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they got both of those, and I was like, okay, we got the gun accessories. And then the pistol showed up, and I was like, my God.
That pistol looked dope.
It's kind of like the pistol's a neat concept. I don't know what game you would play with it, because you don't have the ability to move.
Well, yeah, you please for Time Crisis.
Yeah, I was about to
did
say,
it
is
work
there
on Time Crisis?
on PS3?
Yeah, no reason not to. It's like it was PS3.
Yeah, but the Time Crisis on PS3 that I'm aware of uses TV-mounted trackers.
That one has special trackers.
Yes,
There was two, I think. There was
I think you're right.
four that had the gun con. Was their gun?
Rising
there was,
Storm or something?
There was Raising Storm, which did work with Move.
I don't know if anyone else we know got that one, because we do have Move controllers. I own the other one. But yeah, that pistol's just ridiculous. It's just the dumbest. They came out with 3 plastic shells for the PlayStation Move to be a gun.
Yeah, no, it's really silly. Only
like,
2.
That's true.
It's like one of those. It's like those stupid third-party Wii shells, but official.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now your Wii remote's a tennis racket.
Yes.
God.
That's literally how it felt.
Those are so bad.
Now, wasn't there? No, that I think it was one of those knockoff consoles where they were like yard work implements.
Yes.
I'm sad we didn't get a PSP 2000 model. Real left out.
Yeah, they go 1000 PSP Go, and that's it. You're right. Maybe the DLC will be the quest for the PSP 2000.
Yes.
Could you imagine that DLC comes out and then the PlayStation Labo just gets bigger and there's an empty slot? That'd be fucking funny. That'd be insane.
One of the new enemies is micro USB cables that break in one hit.
The PS5 has been so great that I forgot how happy I was that nothing I play games with now requires USB micro.
Yeah. Yeah, USB-C is really, really great. It's not hard to find a great quality USB-C cable. Meanwhile, USB micro, you might find a good one, but eventually it'll just wear down and isn't great. Yeah, I don't know. What would be the runner-up if that isn't, like, what's in competition for the weirdest artifact if that pistol isn't it? Are you gonna tell me that the SingStar microphones?
No, those are iconic.
Oh, okay. How about the PlayStation Home arches?
Maybe the oh my god, Buzz
The PS.
arcade.
What?
Okay, the buzzing thing. I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
PSP
definitely it.
microphone.
See, I think the PSP accessories in Japan are really fascinating, so including those is really cool. Buzz, I understand because as I understand it, that thing was vastly more popular in Europe than it was in America.
I have to assume so, because that thing did never do well here.
It seems like most things that Sony did a weird accessory for, like, say the iToy and Buzz and SingStar, all did much better in Europe than they did in America. America's a no fun zone, as it turns out, I guess. I don't know.
Didn't even get the Pocket Station.
I know the Pocket Station's such a good homage in this, but then I just thought about how we didn't get it.
Oh,
It's like even the description. It's hot in Japan.
Yes. I really wanted that thing because you could hook it up to Street Fighter Alpha 3 on the PS1 and play it on the go. Like you could play a little game where you
I
level up
wish
your character.
I wish there was a Nintendo one of this.
Yeah.
So you break the like hidden block, and it's like you got the N64 DD.
Yes. And then it says not popular in Japan.
Not popular anywhere. Only popular with YouTube videos.
Yes, there we go. That's what it should have said.
The Nintendo version of this would be funny because it's like the Wii Vitality sensor never released.
Oh, it'd be great if they did third-party things. So it's like that one peripheral where you stick the Wiimote inside a baby.
Oh, God.
See, my thought at third-party ones my brain just went to the speed board
No.
for when you want the speed at your fingertips.
Oh, are you talking about like rapid fire controllers back in the day?
No.
Oh, no.
I'm surprised you don't remember this since the AVGN covered it. But it's a fucking plastic shell you stick an NES controller in and tap on a table.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
my god, why?
Yeah, that thing. My grandparents actually had quite a few weird NES things. So whenever anybody does a video where they're like, check out this crazy NES accessory, and I'm like, yeah, I've played it. It's not good. Like that, what was it, a flight joystick for the NES? Everyone's like, oh, it's got these giant buttons, and no, the flight joystick most people don't talk about. They talk about that weird arcade stick wannabe thing. It's not very good.
I won't play
that,
fucking
yeah.
Top Gun with this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, you don't want to play anything with the flight stick. It could be worse. Like I'm able to use it all right on Captain Skyhawk, but transitioning from that to hilarious boomer shit I had to explain to people watching. I had to explain what a multi-tap was to someone watching the live stream.
Wow. Everyone in my chat, it was like, oh, that's dope. And so I think I got someone saying, I bought that and had no reason for it.
I never bought it because it seemed like gross excess. Like I wanted it, but so few games support it, you know?
Right, that was always the main thing of like, the Nintendo systems at the time had 4 ports anyway, so you're just ready to go for 4-player. And a lot of games designed for that, whereas PlayStation just didn't have that installed, so
no one fucking used it.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because like there were plenty of games that could have used it. In fact, I remember I was really interested in getting a PS1 multi-tap, but then when I looked into it, I'm pretty sure every game that I was certain would use it did not. It's like, oh, this has 4 playable characters on screen at once. Clearly, this would be a great party. What? What do you mean you don't support that? See, really, the Galaxy Brain move is to buy the multi-tap so you can manage 4 more memory cards at once. Or I guess it's 3 more, but it's a really neat feature, honestly. Man, I'm thinking I might buy a multi-tap. Let me see how much those are on eBay after this recording. Just that one,
like a boomerang.
I love the PS1 monitor.
Oh yeah, the PSONE.
Yeah.
The Pizzone monitor. Yes, I too love that. I wanted one of those.
Yeah, I remember seeing them in store and wanting them real bad, but they were always really expensive.
Yeah, no, they're super expensive. These tiny LCD monitors with stereo speakers on it, which was some really cutting edge shit back then, honestly, in like 1999, 2000. The notion of your console is this tiny, tiny thing and you can get a screen attached to it is really cool conceptually. I also really wanted one.
That and the people that have those console briefcase setups.
Yes.
Where I'm like, you're rich.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're rich. That must cost $50,000.
I've done the research. This costs $50,000 clearly. Okay, one thing that's been bugging me, maybe somebody in the audience can clarify where this is or what model this is or whatever. The back of the PS1 has an S-video port on it. No PS1 I've ever seen in person has an S-video port on the back. It just has the 3 RCAs or nothing. Yeah, because eventually they moved to using the AV multi-out, I'm pretty sure, on PS1, especially when they got to the smaller PS1. But this one just has an S-video port. Real weird. But yeah, there's tons of really great nods. I like that every console properly makes its boot up sound when you use it. I love and appreciate that the PlayStation VR box says nobody knows what happens inside, as a nod to the people being like, it's got a GPU. It's got a GPU. There's no way the PS4 is powerful enough for VR.
God. Yeah, no, it's all real neat. The music in this game is also really nice.
Oh yeah, it's a dope soundtrack. I've heard quite a few people saying they would really appreciate it if Sony made this available somewhere.
Yeah, the GPU and the SSD song are just really incredible.
Yes, those two are the highlights.
I don't need the speedrun track anymore.
What, you don't like Bone Trousel?
1, stop saying that. 2, I've heard it enough.
Dude, look, all I'm saying is anytime I try to remember that song, just pull it up into my brain from memory, it goes like doo 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 doo.
I'm sorry, you have a bad reputation of trying to figure out stolen music for every video game known to man.
Look, I'm just saying they're inspired by the very same chaotic energy.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, oh, so I played Demon Souls and this sounds just like the Full House theme song.
I wish.
No, that's Sonic 1 on the Master System, KZ. Fucking get it together.
I'm gonna kill you.
Now the question is, Bob, does he know I'm right or does he not know yet?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Thank you everybody for listening.
But yeah, no, there's just such a... This game is the pure embodiment of something that Sony definitely lacked last gen with the PS4 and overall has lacked a lot of throughout its career and its duration, which is having a real passion for its history and a real respect for that and doing well for, fanboys by presenting that in as cool of a way as possible. You can see PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale if you really need the worst case scenario of how bad this goes. But Sony has a history of just letting their IPs that are important just go to other companies. Like they didn't localize Ape Escape 2 or 3. They let Ubisoft because they just didn't think anyone cared. And this game sort of embodies that in its Namco Museum like way of just viewing the history of PlayStation. So the fact it does that and is a stellar fucking video game on top of that is really astounding to me. It's really, really special. And I honestly feel like this game may be custom tailored to me because I absolutely dig shit where we're going to present all of these things from history in gaming to you in a cooler, high fidelity, so that way you can appreciate them while playing a fucking video game. You know, that's what got me into Namco arcade games with the Namco Museum. That's the sort of thing I appreciated in, at very least, the edition of the SNK collection that I got. I love it when companies do this, and I wish more of them did more of this. You know, I really enjoy titles like that. And if you were to compare this as a launch title to any game, I noticed a lot of people draw a comparison with Nintendo World. And I would honestly say this is a much better game than Nintendo World was.
Do you mean Nintendo Land?
Nintendo Land, sorry. I'm doing that thing where I'm like, Land is the 3DS, World is the Wii U. because of the 3D World and 3D Land games.
Please look at these fireworks.
God! Okay.
Sorry, you brought it up. So I'm like, all right, let's bring up the worst E3 ever.
I would like to know. I never think about that, and every time someone brings it up, it sucker punches me.
That's the
fair.
only thing I can think of when it comes to that game is the fireworks.
That's so sad.
And they spent 20 minutes on that Luigi's Mansion game.
That's one of the best Nintendo
launch titles.
That was one of the best Wii U games, period.
I mean, it was definitely one of the best Wii U games.
It showcases the Wii U platform in every way. And actually enjoyable in doing such.
Yeah, it's the only time the asymmetric multiplayer, as they termed it, of the person with the gamepad versus the people with the normal controllers ever worked.
Yeah.
On the Wii U.
And that's the real fear with this one of hopefully all this stuff continues to be used in really cool ways like it is in Astro.
Well, honestly, I thought we might hit launch and no one would support adaptive triggers or haptic feedback, and just based on like Call of Duty, at least we know one major third party is, and that it has made a major impact for their fan base. Like, I know there are tons of people who are really enjoying how that works out, so at least we can hope that to some extent these features will start getting used by more third-party studios.
Right. I mean, they put that feature in Devil May Cry at least too. So hey, Capcom's doing something.
I still haven't played Devil May Cry on the PS5. I don't own it.
Right.
Neither have I.
I bought the Series X
Capcom and
version.
Sony don't want me to play it.
You bought the clown version.
No. It's fine. It has variable refresh rate, which I was told the PS5 also has, but apparently it doesn't.
Don't worry, they're legally obligated. Give it eventually.
Yes, they are. But yeah, I better see this team make another 3D platformer. This was such a joyous romp. I need, you know, as Phil and Bob have said, it would be great if they did more entries in these franchises that they reference in this, like say, I don't know, Jumping Flash, Ape Escape, Wild Arms.
Was all of these things they referenced? I don't think they mentioned Legend of Dragoon once.
Oh my God, you're fucking right.
Which is crazy. When I'm like,
it must be there somewhere because they almost put fucking Dart into PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. So it'd be insane if there's just nowhere. It might just be really obscure.
I mean, maybe, but you think it would have been a trophy name or something more obvious, and also the studio that made PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale shut the fuck down. So anyone who cared about Dart is no longer at Sony. Shuhei's like, I'm right here. Please.
No, work on R&D relationship some more.
I'm like, no, Shu, I'm golfing you. He's the first person you golf in Everybody's Golf.
Oh, yeah.
A game I'm just now picking up on PS5. which is weird.
Did you
because
guys-
I've been told it doesn't.
Did anybody else see the Astrobots playing Dude Raider
Yes. Dude
on a
Raiders.
TV?
Dude Raider's pretty good. Most of the parody names are good, but I don't know if any of them are as good as Dude Raider.
I'm a big fan of Bot.
Wait, what?
It's just Ico, but it's just called Bot.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That art was really good for that. I totally forgot that it was just the word bot.
They even snuck Alucard in. God.
I'm now looking through a list of references because if Legend of Dragoon isn't in, but fucking Tearaway and
Vib Ribbon.
no Vib Ribbon, I respect Vib Ribbon, but I'm like Tearaway and
What's wrong with Terra?
the
Wait a
Order
fucking second.
1886.
Whoa, you did not just put that in. You did not just put fucking... Dude, what? Tearaway is joyous. How dare you put it in the same category as the
Phil
Order?
also doesn't think shooters exist on the PlayStation platform.
I'm losing it.
Something you mean an impression shared by most of the media?
Tearaway was reviewed really well. I don't know what you're on.
No, we're talking about the shooters. We're talking about the shooters.
Okay.
specifically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Order's bad. I don't think anyone should have any other opinion, honestly.
What the fuck is Pain? What game
Oh
is
yeah,
Pain?
God.
that
Oh,
was a PS3 classic.
No, it wasn't.
You rolled
But yes,
down-
It was a classic. I know what Pain is.
So Pain is the experience you have remembering the game Pain, which was a ragdoll game where the whole point is, ragdoll physics. So you fling your dude down the road with a trebuchet or a catapult and try to make him experience as much pain as possible while wrecking stuff. It was a PS3 downloadable game. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. But it's also a classic.
They put the last guy reference in here. I really appreciated that because that game's dope and no one talks about it.
I'm just glad they had any reference to Buzz.
Highly influential game, Buzz.
Yup.
I feel bad. I keep remembering the PlayStation All-Stars level when I think of him, and I hate it.
That's fucked up.
It's fine, Bob. At least you remember him. That's the moment you forget him, he'll cease to be.
If you remember what Buzz is without looking it up, comment down below.
Yes, please.
We have plenty of European viewers. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Every European
So,
owns at least one
I'm
goddamn
about
phone.
I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something about Buzz. It's
Uh-huh.
gonna be really, really horrible,
Okay.
but
Yep.
I can't not.
Nothing new.
The Buzz guy
Mm,
is just adult Dobo.
I gotta get out.
I warned you.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The Buzz guy is just Adam Ruins Everything. That's Adam Conover.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna be honest, he kind of looks like if Dobo and Adam Boyce fused.
Dobo and Adam Boyce. Feel references Dobo. Also Feel. I don't know who that is. That's okay. It's for the viewers. If they know who Adam Conover is, then that's for them. That's
Adam Conover could well be adult Dobo.
yes. Look, man.
If you know who that is, audience, don't comment about it.
What? Wait, do you mean Dobo or Adam Conover? But yeah, overall, I think this is probably one of the stronger launch titles in history. One, because it's free. But even more importantly, it's really visually impressive, a super joy to play, and has really cool like things in it. You know, if these were just collectibles and they weren't like real life objects with a stunning amount of detail in them, I don't think it would be anywhere near as interesting.
They made us buy Nintendo Land, didn't they?
Yes.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, they charged $60 for Nintendo Land, dude.
Wait, what? No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. It's packed.
I didn't.
No, it's packed with the more expensive 32 gigabyte Wii U.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
I
you
did get
insane.
it.
So you're
Okay.
paying like $50 more for the Wii U that has 24 more gigs of storage and Nintendo Land.
It's psychotic that the Wii U had that little storage when it released in 2012. That's insane. Remember the digital only release of a fucking Fatal Frame game that
Yeah.
you had to have an external drive.
Yeah. I can't view it as that insane though. I owned that thing for a whole lifespan and didn't fill it up. You were getting close.
That's because they didn't release any Wii U games.
Yeah. You what? Did you expect them to do that?
Well, it's a Nintendo
Yeah,
system.
more than they did. Yeah.
They there was no download only games except for Fatal Frame, and I didn't really want that.
What are you talking about, Bob? You're forgetting the hit game. What's the game that guy?
Devil's Third had a physical
Devil's
release.
Third. I was like Valhalla Studios.
I own it physically, even though I paid too much for it.
Devil's Third almost didn't have a physical release. They were like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a bunch of people got
we're
pissed.
not gonna. And then a bunch of people were like, what the fuck?
And they're
Nintendo has an insane habit of doing that, where it's like, we've got everything ready to release this in the United States, but we won't.
Yeah, they're
What
pretty bad.
was
about
that? Disaster Day of Crisis, the thing that they redubbed from British English to American English to release it in America and then just didn't.
That's so ridiculous. Anyways, we should probably wrap this up. Are there any specific anecdotes that you guys wanted to get out before we do our final statements and review scores?
They should make another one of these focused entirely on the speedrunner type challenges, or just DLC focused on that. I like the speedrun stuff a lot.
Yeah, add 5 more monkey ones.
No, I'll only add the actual platforming ones, no more gimmick ones.
Just let these guys make Ape Escape. This should have been Ape Escape.
So, as much as I enjoy Ape Escape and I love that series a lot, I like the Astrobot stuff, and I would feel a little bad if it went away to make Ape Escape come back like permanently.
Yeah.
But if they just made one Ape Escape game after this, that would be nice.
I'm sorry, but you need to commit to Ape Escape.
Dude,
As someone who keeps saying apes will escape, I'm seeing you falter a little bit, and it's pretty fucking pathetic.
I said
Like, I'm getting genuinely upset.
apes will escape. I don't think other things need to die permanently for them to escape.
Look,
We're
the
caging everything.
The Astros can be
Sorry,
little
no
toys.
Spider-Man 2. We're getting Ape Escape.
There could be Astro toys with an Ape Escape. I will permit this.
No Spider-Man 2. We're getting Ape Escape. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're
No
actually...
God of War Ragnarok either.
There actually is a similar energy between Insomniac's Ratchet series and Ape Escape, in as much as you had cool gadgets to do really neat things. Unorthodox ways of using gadgets to attack or whatever enemies. Yeah, Insomniac should just have Spider-Man take it away.
I hate everything. All I'm thinking about is they end one with Spectre CBT machine killing him.
Jesus.
Fucking...
I keep thinking of saying these, just the weird versions of Ape Escape that they would make, like the open world Ape Escape where Spike could swing, and then the narrative-driven Ape Escape where Spike breaks guys' heads open.
See, these all sound like their Guerrilla Games makes Ape Escape.
You sneak up on an ape and then Spike just snaps its neck.
The sound design is really good with 3D audio.
It's insanely realistic fidelity.
Yeah, the DualSense really likes to feel the neck crack.
It's just like Naughty Dog's Jack 4.
Oh God! Like you break the neck with the triggers, and it's really hard for the first half, and then it just is instant.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I want The Last of Us Part 3 now.
See,
that's all you needed to do.
Here's the thing, guys. You all keep acting like, would it be funny if a game did this? They added adaptive triggers to The Last of Us Part 2, right?
God, they did, yeah.
That was my first thought of like, oh no.
Didn't they only do it for the bow or something insane?
I don't know. I heard that, but I'm not sure I trust the people I heard that from to have thoroughly checked.
Yeah.
One of those situations. We haven't brought up the fact that the GPU song has lyrics and you can find them written on a stone in the level, and that is really
various stone.
Like I have no mouth and I must scream.
a little bit.
Yeah, that is what it was. That's all I thought of with it. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Spooky.
It's
it appears several times in the level, and then the background, the GPU is singing. It's really good.
yes, it's It's fantastic. There's so many joyous things about this game. I could literally gush for another 20 minutes, but we unfortunately have limited time. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up? Like, for example, they named them the teraflop treetops.
Man, the
All those
PS3
names are good.
the PS3 rifle attachment is really good. I don't know.
What do you mean, like in real life or in the game?
In both, because it's just cool. I don't know if you messed with it, but the handle, the brace for your shoulder is extendable.
Yeah.
There's a button on the bottom of the where the ammo goes in to reload.
Yeah, it's actually a really impressive piece of kit, unlike every accessory that you can slot a Wiimote into.
Yes, it's exactly counter to that, but also it's really expensive, so you shouldn't buy it.
It's really expensive, so we only have one. Like one person we know out of everyone who bought it.
Oh God,
Bring
wasn't
more.
that Aggro who bought it to play
I
Resistance 3?
can't remember if it was
I
Aggro
think
or
it was.
Xeon. It was one of the two of them, but yeah, it's really funny. We used it in a prop video, as a prop in a video. It was really cool. That accessory is neat. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and do our final statements then. Phil didn't like going first the first time, so I'll go first this time. I've been pretty clear that I absolutely adore this game. It's fantastic. If more games were like this, I would be a happier person, literally, because there would be more joyous things in the gaming space. Like, you could literally do this for any company. You can even remove all the PlayStation homages. And as long as it's this joyous, I would be overwhelmed. Just trying to imagine anyone pulling this off, let alone Sony, is so hard to do. And yet, I think they pulled it off really, really well. I'm going to have to go ahead and give this game a 10, because while I wish it was longer, I can't argue with the length versus the price dichotomy here. And the moment they release DLC, I'm all on board to buy it. This is genuinely one of my favorite games of the year. I hope 3D platformers between this and Activision's initiatives start to make a really strong comeback, because that's one of my favorite genres. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. We will go ahead and move on to KZ.
I thought that this was fantastic. Platforming felt incredibly tight. Some parts, didn't feel completely cheesecake. I feel like it showed off all of the features of the controller really well and did it better than a lot of Nintendo games do whenever they're like, you're going into gimmick mode, and then I kind of start turning into a turtle and I recede into my shell. But this was great. I didn't have to do that. It did leave me wanting more, though, in a way where I'm like, just one more level. just one more, man.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like, I know it's a pack-in, but just give me a little bit more, man. So I'll give it a 9.
They're like $30, one more level, and KZ's like, done. Wait, what did I do?
What have I done?
We've added 18 more monkey speedrun levels and 25 ones with the ball.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
What a steal for $30.
It's a lot of levels. Come on, you gotta admit.
There's so many monkey levels. Why would it be worth that? We're gonna go ahead and move to Bob next.
Sure. I also think this game is just absolutely delightful. The only complaint I could even wage against it is I want more of it, which is a weird thing to complain about.
One might say the only problem with Astro's Playroom is that it's too good.
And I don't know. This is really tough.
I feel like you work for oneup.com right now.
Weird. What a weird thing to say. Sorry, Bob. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna set it at a 9, just because I'm like, if you made a full game with a full price, then I would give it a 10, and that's kind of hard because it's, oh my god, this is rough. I'll just stick with the 9. I'll be happy with that.
Well, then, we're going to finish off with Feel. Go right ahead.
That's pretty good. I didn't have as strong a feeling about it as everybody else. I thought it was delightful, and the haptic feedback was amazing. So I'm going to give it an 8. I just thought it was pretty neat. I didn't consider it a spiritual experience or anything, but it was quite enjoyable. And that demo though is pretty fucking impressive. The controller demo.
Oh yeah.
You just load that up and give it to somebody who doesn't know what the deal is. Like, now figure it out. You will fast.
I kind of forgot about the controller demo being in there, but that was really impressive when we first booted it up and handed around the controller.
Yeah, I'm glad that that's replayable just from the title screen.
Yeah. Because of course.
Yeah, now that, thank God that they didn't make the mistake of making it either 1, impossible or 2, difficult to get again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smart. So Dan, tabulating the data here, this is the 4th highest rated thing we've done on a spoiler cast.
Well, I would like to think that has a lot to do with how strong the joy factor is in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A 36 out of 40 is pretty damn good. I'm
just trying to think
I'm
of
blacking out. I'm blacking out. It beat Last of Us Part 2 by 20 points.
Of course it did.
Of course. We all hated that.
You guys are Sony ponies. We hate The Last of Us. Yeah, everyone does.
That is a little bit how it's starting to feel.
That's honestly.
It's fine. Our Days Gone one got 19.
Oh, but that was the first one, KZ. Within the next year, it'll be erased when it gets at least a 32.
God.
I mean, we did boot Days Gone on the PS5, and Bob was just both confounded and upset that the game looked as good as it did. He's like, no, this isn't how that looks.
If Days Gone gets a 32 and ties with Ghost of Tsushima, I will fucking laugh until I'm dead.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Feels like, no, you can't stop me from giving it a 27.
It'd be cool if Nintendo was still doing 3D platformers instead of re-releasing Wii U games, so that way normal humans could play them.
It is sad that it's been a few years now. We don't have anything about New Odyssey or new expansion for Odyssey or anything. It's like,
I thought one of those two things may have occurred, but no, apparently
I'm still
not.
hoping that they had it in development and then human malware fucked them up and they had to push it by a bunch.
Who knows? But
like they had to push 3D World out of the Mario anniversary year, and there's no way that was not affected.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, I guess they could just be monumentally incompetent.
Just be like, this is always
reeling over your fucking comment, by the way, Dan. Of fucking, it's not special. Everyone hates The Last of Us 2.
I think that's how people would rationalize calling me a Sony fanboy, while also me pointing out I hate The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, I wish that were a more common theme,
90%
honestly.
of what I do is not forgive Sony for the PS3. So, like, by body mass, I am mostly hate.
By body mass. Replace water with hatred of the cell.
Oh, the cell's raw. It's just that lazy devs don't use it right.
Just like the velocity architecture.
Correct.
Exactly.
You know, this is my last comment, and I can end the video here. All of this great PlayStation homage, not a single thing being like the cell processor was good.
I thought there was. I thought in one of the descriptions of the PS3 things there was like a thing about the cell that was nice.
It referenced the cell. I don't know that it was positive about it.
Also, I went through an entire list. No Legend of Dragoon reference. Boo.
There we go. Everyone's going to be like, he only gave it a low score because it didn't have a Legend of Dragoon.
That game deserved at least something.
There's like, no, erase it.
You know what? Most people I would take that from, but after you grouped the Order 1886 with fucking Tearaway, I think you could shut the fuck up.
That's kind of fucked up.
Just a little.
I didn't play it, so it's irrelevant.
No, it's irrelevant because it was a Vita game.
This is true.
That was my only logic. It was a Vita game.
This month's GigaBoots videos were brought to you by our lordly executive producers: Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Red Blaze 27, Third Birthday Wen, and Adam Macarena. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these guys. Soar on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots and become an executive producer today.